In researching the Epstein files, one question kept coming back. Florida had a 53-count federal indictment ready to go. Dozens of victims. FBI agreement. Prosecutorial consensus. He walked free anyway, so I kept asking why, and I kept going up the chain. What follows is based entirely on public record. Draw your own conclusions. Why wasn't there a judge?
Because they chose a tool that didn't require one. I've worked federal cases my entire career. You choose an NPA when you want to resolve something quietly. No court record, no public scrutiny, no judge asking uncomfortable questions. That choice was deliberate. And everyone in that building knew exactly what it meant.
The NPA had no judicial review. How did they get around that?
It wasn't getting away with anything. That's what people don't understand. It was completely legal. A non-prosecution agreement sits entirely outside the court system. No judge sees the terms, no judge approves the immunity, no judge can question whether it's appropriate. The law allows it. And someone decided that for Jeffrey Epstein, a man with dozens of underage victims and a 53-page federal indictment, that was the right tool to use. I'd like someone to explain that decision to the victims.
Why Acosta? Did someone tell him to do this? And why hasn't he been investigated more thoroughly?
A U.S. attorney does have discretion, but not for something like this. A deal covering multiple jurisdictions, New York, New Mexico, the Virgin Islands, granting immunity to unnamed co-conspirators across the board, that goes up the chain. That reaches the Deputy Attorney General's office. That reaches the Attorney General, Alberto Gonzales, and above him, the President of the United States. Acosta said himself it was consummated at a very, very high level. So when people ask why only Acosta resigned, I ask the same question. Where was the accountability for everyone above him?
What did the victims know? And why weren't they kept in the chain?
Nothing. They knew nothing. While that agreement was already signed and sealed, they were receiving letters from our office telling them the case was still under investigation. Still under investigation. I want you to sit with that. These young women had already been through unspeakable things, and the people who were supposed to protect them were sending them letters asking for their patience. While the man who hurt them was already walking free. That is not a mistake. That is a choice someone made.
Is anyone being held accountable?
Not yet. Acosta resigned. That's it. The OPR investigation said poor judgment. Poor judgment. For a deal that gave a serial child sex trafficker immunity from federal prosecution and extended that immunity to every unnamed co-conspirator in his network. Poor judgment. A federal judge ruled the victims' rights were violated. Then Epstein died and the case was closed. The system that was supposed to investigate what happened was the same system that made it happen. I'm still waiting for someone with the authority to fix that, to actually do it.
This is who signed off. George W. Bush, President of the United States. Alberto Gonzales, Attorney General. Paul McNulty and Mark Phillip, Deputy Attorney General. Alex Acosta, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida. Matthew Menchel, Chief of the Criminal Division in Miami. And Marie Villafaña, the prosecutor who built the case, was pressured and sidelined and became a victim of the same system she was trying to use. At the bottom, the deal. No judge, no victims, no record.